Making YouTube videos has always been a dream job of mine. For the past 4 years, I've had every opportunity to turn it into a reality, but there was always a haunting underlying reason for why I never clicked post after filming the content I would look at today as content worthy: perfection. If you have ever been somebody who has looked at their content that they have always wanted to post as something unworthy of posting during the filming or even editing process, please watch this video. Flashback to my senior year of high school, all my friends and teammates on the basketball team knew I had aspirations of wanting to record Minecraft and gaming content on YouTube. They all subscribed to my YouTube channel, eager for my first video to come out. I even paid multiple artists to create my banner art and profile pictures hundreds of dollars to make my channel look professional. Yet no video ever came close to the little create button at the top right of my screen. Perfection was my downfall. Fast forward into my freshman year of college, I had just finished working out late at night around 9 p.m. and was going to hang out with some friends I hadn't seen since high school that I also knew attended my university. After finishing catching up, sitting on their futon, a now good friend of mine starts playing electric guitar. I had never gone to a single concert. My thought process had always been, why would I pay money to listen to something I could just listen to on Spotify? Little did I know that moment would lead to what has now sparked my interest of pursuing content creation years later. Sitting on that futon, I got hooked. I would go over every day after class and listen to him play, but I wanted more. It wasn't long after that Christmas came around, and the only thing that I had asked for was an acoustic guitar. I started playing every day, most days for a minimum of 4 hours straight. My goal in anything I pursued was to perfect my craft. Guitar was nothing different. I had just bought an electric guitar, brand new from somebody in my hometown. About 3 months in, I accidentally smacked my guitar against my desk while playing and noticed my first ding, and I was immensely frustrated. I called one of my friends that had started playing guitar around the same time to tell him how annoyed I was that my guitar I wanted to keep in pristine condition was no longer eligible for that title. And after looking up a few photos, one of the first things we talked about after was the price of expensive guitars. And after looking up a few photos of what those guitars looked like, they were extremely beat up and old, but it was the age that gave them value. The wear and tear on the guitar over time is what created such a tone that many guitar players strive to have in their own at-home playing. This was something that helped me view the ding on my guitar as a mark of a memory rather than depreciated value. A couple years later, after learning a decent amount on guitar, I decided it was time to take guitar lessons. A coworker I had been talking to recommended his guitar teacher to me at work, and I quickly reached out and scheduled a guitar lesson. 1 lesson a week turned into 3, and those brick walls I was hitting on guitar were being broken down and replaced with so much to learn I had no idea about in the guitar world. I would spend hours preparing for the next lesson to make sure I could get the most out of the next one. One of my last lessons I was able to take from him before starting a new job in a different state hit me so much differently for a completely different reason. I walked out of that lesson feeling like I had not learned anything new or was given anything new to explore and practice on that was dramatically different. However, a quote he said stuck in the back of my mind I could just not get out. Everybody is a thief to somebody, it's just about how well you cover your tracks. In the music world, this is so true. So many songs sound like other songs, and making my own felt discouraging at the time. But the more I thought about that quote, the more I realized how much it translates to other aspects of my life. A good friend of mine that I had always enjoyed playing video games with had asked me to play Minecraft with him earlier this summer. One of the things he wanted to show me before we had started playing was his new video that he was editing and all the cuts, transitions, and sound effects he had added to create a subtle yet captivating video for his audience. He then mentioned how his footage he had recorded for that video was about 2 hours long. This baffled me. My mindset when it came to recording videos was always I needed to say and have everything perfect before putting it into an editing software, and that the editing software was just there to compile all the videos that had been recorded and add sound effects and transitions. When I mentioned that to him, he looked at me distraught, pretty much agreeing with my subconscious self saying that it would be impossible to finalize a video that way, and that cutting out all the parts that I didn't want would be so much easier and efficient than trying to perfect what I have to say and get it all perfectly for each try. I'm here to tell anyone who might have been struggling with these same obscure perspectives that those previous mindsets I had are all fallacies to what creating a YouTube video looks like. Driving through the imperfections, the hiccups, and mistakes are all part of the process. Keep recording through all the imperfections and use the editing to make it as close as you can. But also realize you don't have to be completely different in the content you make. You just have to cover up your tracks well enough to create that illusion, and eventually you will come up with what people label as your style. Don't delete those old videos after improving so much on the next one. Use those old videos as the same memories I look at the ding on my guitar as. Times where I was not as good as I am now, but times where I was striving to be the best I could be. Life is too short and too hard to get perfect. All you can do is get it as good as you can in the now and move on knowing that that improvement is going to show. Use everything that you can to improve and look back on the imperfections as memories of where you were in that time and nothing else. So many of us strive to be perfect in an imperfect world, and that's great, you should. But don't let the imperfections stop you from striving for your dreams. Change your mindset from the worst thing you can hear is an answer to the worst thing you can hear is a no. You'll never know who you could have been if you let fear be bigger than your faith. And most importantly, trust God. He has a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, not to harm you, a plan to give you a hope and a future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video helps you become the person you guys are striving to be, even if it's not in content creation itself. Take it from me and learn from others' mistakes because you can't create them all yourselves. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Later!